R. Kelly federal trial in Chicago is starting an hour early this morning to give Kelly's defense attorney, Jennifer Bonjean, as much time as possible to deliver closing statements. The attorneys for Kelly's co-defendants gave their own closing arguments yesterday. Bonjean moved twice yesterday to dismiss the case against R. Kelly, claiming mistrial. She argued that Kelly's co-defendants implied the former singer was guilty in their closings, unfairly prejudicing the jury. Presiding Judge Harry Lennon Weber denied her motions. Following Bonjean's closing arguments, federal prosecutors are expected to deliver a rebuttal before the jury begins deliberating. R. Kelly is facing 13 criminal charges. His co-defendant, Darrell McDavid, faces 4. Co-defendant number 3, Milton Brown, faces only 1 count. Court is currently delayed a bit while waiting for a juror to arrive. Prosecution is raising an issue with Judge Lennon Weber objecting to a comment yesterday by Darrell McDavid's attorney, Bo Brinley. Brinley said the government waited too long to bring this case against McDavid, Brown, and R. Kelly. Lennon Weber sides with the prosecution. He says Bonjean can mention the difficulties inherent to defending a client whose alleged crimes happened more than 20 years ago, but cannot imply wrongdoing on the government's part for not charging R. Kelly until 2019. Bonjean, beginning her closing arguments, she starts by thanking the jury for attentiveness in this challenging case. Yes, girl, because this shit was getting tiring. Bonjean goes on to say she faces an uphill battle defending R. Kelly, as Kelly has a controversial public image. She advises the jury to think of Kelly as a John Doe. You cannot let sympathy, fear, or public opinion influence your work. As an incredible advantage in this case, she says the prosecution has, because they're getting some help from the co-defendants. She argues the attorneys for Darrell McDavid and Milton Brown have implied R. Kelly's guilt because this motherfucker. Bonjean reminds the jury that they must try each co-defendant separately and must likewise address each charge they face separately. She also says the law requires the jury to assume R. Kelly's innocence in each charge before beginning to consider the evidence. Bonjean also brings up the 20-year delay between the alleged crimes of R. Kelly and company and the 2019 indictment, saying the jury should also consider that delay. Bonjean also begins to say the jury should not consider the prosecution's negative characterization of R. Kelly as evidence. Your beliefs about R. Kelly's character, even if it's justified, is not relevant. The prosecution's attempt to portray R. Kelly as an immoral man are a distraction. They are meant to lose your humanity for this man and prevent you from really scrutinizing this evidence. Bonjean, now attempting to portray a more fulsome picture of R. Kelly, she paints him as a functionally illiterate, immature, poor man from the south side of Chicago who, despite his musical genius, needed other people to help him manage his career. R. Kelly quickly rose to stardom. Now, see, I don't think they had a forensic psychologist up on the stand, but as a forensic psychologist, I would have said an illiterate man is the exact kind of man that would do these types of crimes. It's his form of exerting power, especially urinating on someone and recording it of an underage girl. He fits the profile of a motherfucker. Okay. Sorry, I was supposed to be professional. Back to this. Bonjean moved twice yesterday. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me get back to what I was at. Because I just can't. I can't. R. Kelly rose quickly to stardom and was surrounded by people who exploited him financially, Bonjean says, adding, he should not be stripped of every bit of humanity that he has. Bonjean alleges to the jury that just as she said at the start of the trial, the government's case is based on testimony from people who have financial motivations, especially people like Chuck Freeman who have immunity deals with the government. It's your job to decide generally who is telling the truth here and who is not. When you find a cockroach in your soup, you just don't throw out the cockroach and eat the rest of the soup. She says the government's case has too many cockroaches in it. Bonjean muses if Lisa Van Allen and Chuck Freeman will face further prosecution, suggesting that they violated their immunity agreements. The jury should be skeptical of the government's indictment against R. Kelly and company, Bonjean says. She tells them that the indictment is just the government's theory on what they think happened and not fact. A ham sandwich can be indicted. It's crazy when you start to actually believe your lies or I guess that's the life of a defense attorney, you know? Wow. It's the cognitive dissonance. If I was a prosecutor, I would have nailed this case in the coffin already. Done deal. No more talking. No long talking. What y'all think? The jury's supposed to be going into deliberations as soon as today. Maybe if they deliberate quickly, they may come back with a verdict today, or they may return a verdict tomorrow, or next week, honestly, I think they're going to try to get it done this week. So what do you guys think the jury is going to come back with? I didn't cover Darrell McDavid's closing statements. I'm just yawning after reading 10 tweets. I'm over it. I just want the verdict to come out, child. I know what I think. I already told y'all what I think. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's if you know, you know. But wait now, hold on. Before I go, what the hell? Bonjean says there is no evidence that R. Kelly induced Jane to allegedly lie to the Cook County jury in 2002, claiming instead that Jane just didn't want her parents to know anything. She never told you that Kelly told her to lie. Mr. Kelly did not tell either of them to go give false testimony to a grand jury. So right at that point, she's saying that if the girl lied then she was the girl in the video. If Bonjean, if R. Kelly's lawyer today is saying that the girls lied then what she is essentially saying is that they're telling the truth today. She then goes and says Bonjean getting into the 2001 meeting between Jane and the parents and R. Kelly, where Jane allegedly revealed that she and Kelly were in a sexual relationship. Bonjean, and now this is 2 years after her being 14, so she was 16 in this meeting. Just put that into context. She had to have been 16 in the meeting because she was getting her PT Cruiser that year. Remember, guys? So she was 16 in the relationship with Kelly. Bonjean says the testimony from Jane and Susan about the meeting is too disparate for the jury to ignore. Bonjean alleges that in 2001, Jane's parents, quote unquote, didn't care she was in a relationship with R. Kelly. She was 17 years old, and they did not care at that point that she was having a relationship. The question is, when did the relationship begin? Okay? Bonjean just shot herself in the foot with this, because they didn't say the relationship began in 2001. They said that's when they had a meeting. Continuing on, Bonjean says there is no evidence that Jane's family was paid off for their cooperation in the 2002 grand jury. She instead suggests that Jane and her family and R. Kelly have had a decades-long friendship from before 2001 all the way up through 2019. Well, why did they stop being friends in 2019, Bonjean? Why did they stop being friends, Bonjean? Why did you think your daughter being in a relationship with her godfather at 17 was normal, Bonjean? Why would you put that in your closing statements, Bonjean? Does that make sense, Bonjean? Yo, bro, she just shot her own case in the foot. This is what I mean. The whole time, the jury never said it wasn't Rob or the tape is fake. They are just saying, though, this person lied too. This person lied too. Rob didn't tell her to lie. So she was the girl in the video then. Is that what you said? Is that what you're saying? I'm out. I'm out. I'm not covering this story again until they reveal the verdict that he's guilty, because that's exactly what they're going to say. Goodbye.